It was a room right before Dark Link.
Alright, the race will begin in 4 seconds. So take 2.
Yeah, here we go. Let it catch up a little here.
Hey, Joshy's going to the left today. How much faster is that? Like 1 frame? To leave the North Palace?
To the left or right? I didn't know. I thought you start in the middle.
Yeah, I've
The
heard
only
that
thing I
left is
see,
faster, but it seems the same to me, so it can't be more than like 1 or 2 pixels.
if I lose
Oh.
by 1 or 2 frames, then I bet I can blame other stuff.
Okay, well, right at the start of the race, it seems my browsers are freezing. That's a good sign.
Both found the DM entrance, and Joshy's doing a bit of checking here. About, I don't know, maybe half dozen caves you can get to pretty easy.
Okay, it looks like it's trying to recover. Why is my own stream playing? There's the question. If I pause that, I'm sure it'll do better. Okay, they're both going
let's
now.
see. Let's see where they're at. I don't want to get too far ahead.
Saw Kingdahl just picked up the raft. Timer's not going. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Now, yeah, he's now entering the 2-room cave, as I call it.
Joshy's diving into Death Mountain.
Yeah, he's still in there. He's throwing all of his cards in Death Mountain very early.
Well, maybe he's supposing that, maybe they're not going to get 2 seeds in a row that don't make you go in here. So he's just going to take a gamble on it the second time. Kingdahl crossing this bridge, even though I'm pretty confident you can go around it.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. I thought he went in there to avoid an encounter, but
And Joshy finds the hammer cave.
yeah, he does. That persistence pays off. Well, it might pay off. It might not.
Yeah, it might be a point bag or a little digger.
Yeah.
But it's still early enough that it's not too bad, I think.
No, he'll probably get it roughly about the 3.5 minute mark. So, if anything, he's lost 3+ minutes.
He does take life 3 for safety, which I don't entirely disagree with.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree or disagree. I'd probably go for the attack, but I'm comfortable with.
Yeah. I'd say on the
Meanwhile,
specific condition that it's a red Dyra in here, I'd want the life 3, but anything else.
yeah, the first enemy, or if it's a red Dyra, it's just hard. It's hard to get around there.
It looks like he's gonna be fine. Did Kingdahl hit the statue on that palace? Was it 2 or 5?
I didn't notice. I was kind of glued on Joshy. And Joshy picks up the cross.
Alright.
Don't think it was worth his time.
Well, I don't know, he got it really quickly, but I imagine Kingdahl probably won't get it at all unless he ends up really needing to hunt for items. It's not really
Yeah, you
something
would think so.
search for.
So it's probably going to save him a bit of time there.
Looked like two groups of encounters spawned at the same time on Joshy, and he just couldn't do anything about it.
So the graveyard encounter, we're talking about which way is going faster. It appears a graveyard encounter, you don't start in the middle, or not even close. You start pretty far over to the left.
Yeah. That's good to know. Something I was wondering the other day is if it'd be helpful, like, for these flags to know, like, in all the random encounters, are there, like, more large enemies to the left or to the right? Because if you don't have downstab, then that might be a better determining factor of which way you go. Joshy grabs the raft.
You know, I think it depends. I'm not 100% sure, but I know in some seeds, if I get a swamp encounter and it's a small enemy, I'll go left. If it's a big one, I'll go right because it's easier.
Yeah.
We found the front of Jump Cave.
Yeah, Kingdahl found a couple of caves over there that don't go any, or that don't have items in them, rather. And saw Joshy found a pea bag and got a tack 2 off of it.
Yeah, we haven't found very many things, at least as far as towns here.
Yeah.
We found Great Palace there. And somebody in chat said that was 5, apparently, earlier.
Yeah, I saw that. So, once again, not the friendliest palaces.
No. And are we gonna go east here? Joshy sees a town, so we'll probably check that out.
That's the back end of Saria, which I believe Kingdahl already found.
Kingdahl's all the way south. It's a little cave hiding out down there.
Teabag Cave.
So hopefully they'll get something here to kind of give them a direction of what to do next and where to go. Nope, it's just a heart.
And Joshy finds
With my volume's too low? Phase.
They might have us backwards.
Oh, okay.
Well, the best I can do for that is lower the game audio and you, because my mic's all the way up.
That's okay. I can kind of move my.
If I adjust my headset a little bit, it might make me a little louder too. Joshy finds a medicine cave. Or this is trophy, isn't it? I should probably replay the game at some point.
Yeah, you don't want to know what I call it. I just call it the pits.
That's pretty fitting, especially if you're in here without the candle and you bump into something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I fully 100% of this game.
Kingdahl's getting a spell.
First spell of the game, what's it going to be?
It is the spell, and he can't even almost cast it. 114.
Ooh, 114. Ugh.
Joshy just found it, so we'll know what its Magic 2 cost is.
And it looks like they're going to switch places. Now he's going to go into a trophy cave. So it appears that the Hammer Cave really didn't have too much time. I mean, Kingdahl's explored more, but it doesn't seem like he's found very much.
Ooh, that bit almost got him. It jumped across the gap and then it jumped back.
Ooh, some of the bat there.
I forget what the spell cost was for Joshy, but I think it was over 80, if I recall. So he can't quite cast it yet.
Looks like we might be, Kingdahl might be trying to find Bagoo here. Ran into that. He's found Rudo.
It's actually kind of disappointing they're not finishing that last seed, because I was curious about all those boulders.
Yeah, and you know, it was going really quick and fast. It seemed like it looked like they were going to be blowing and going.
I did see they were both complaining about the seed being trolly in the IRC, but I don't know if they were just looking for excuses to be sportsmanlike or what. But I mean, you start off with Fairy, the Glove, the Raft, and Reflect, and it's a trolley seed. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'll take those seeds any day.
Joshy finds Mito, but can't get downstab yet. Oh,
Yeah,
Kingdahl is
in Saria.
Life. Joshy will get it as well.
So, we got Life and Spell. Probably not the first two spells you want to see.
Now, Twitch has actually been bugging lately with that follower mode thing. I don't think it'll block more than one of your messages, but I've gotten that in several chats where I'll be talking and then suddenly it'll block one of my messages and claim that, you know, we get Joshy's fax noises when someone follows him. That's pretty nice. It'll claim the room's in follower mode, but it's not actually. I've heard other people complain about that too.
I like when it asks if I speak English. So we're in the bridge cave. So that's what I call it.
For what it's worth, I do believe that following fixes it, but...
I see what you're doing here. Everybody needs to follow TheCowness to have any kind of opinion or see this channel.
If that's what the message actually said, I would probably put it in follower mode, because that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
See, I was actually distracted by that question and missed what Kingdahl picked up, but Joshy's about to get it. Oh, trophy. That's a pretty good find considering their first two spells this time were not Reflect or Thunder or Fairy. Then the last seed it was looking pretty likely that they'd get away with not needing any spell items, but this time they'll probably need at least one.
Okay. Sorry, I went MIA there.
It's alright.
Unless you wanted to hear the conversation between me and my daughter.
Oh, we're getting the jump spell pickup. Must be Ruto. That's not too bad, because they can go get downstab now.
Yeah,
All these,
27 at Magic 1.
all these towns being in the right place, or the same place, there's no excuse not to.
Yeah, they're all right there. And yeah, Joshy D was just in Mito. Where Kingdahl is. So they're taking a lot of the same paths. They're kind of just one place to another, you know,
Yeah.
spooning.
Yeah, as close as they are, Joshy's cross is probably making up the time, though, even though it didn't help too much.
Yeah, I mean they're starting to run out of places. So they got, you know, a few spells. They got life, downstab. Do you go east?
I'd be thinking about it. Well, I haven't counted exactly how many caves they've been in.
Or I guess I'm sorry, Josh, you didn't find the cave with the heart container.
Oh, yeah. I also don't think they found the grass tile.
No, I don't think they have. I'm wondering if I got it mixed up from, 30 minutes ago.
It looks like they've found 5 different items, so that includes one in Death Mountain, though, so I think there's still at least one item hanging around, which would be the grass tile, I believe.
Was there any boulder block caves?
I haven't noticed any.
Yeah, I don't think I've noticed any either in this one.
Kingdahl finds Bagu, but doesn't want to talk to him. Or maybe that was Dig Shake's house. It's in the middle of a swamp, so...
That's true. Dig Shake and Shrek. Neighbors right there. So what was he going? He trying to find pea bags? He was going into all those forest tiles, and then he found them and just kind of,
Yeah, I don't know. Unless you really need a fairy or a pea bag. I'm not sure why you're looking in them if you don't want to talk to Bagu.
Okay, he was right next to attack 3 there. That's why he just upade. Okay. That's what he was looking for, a cheap little pea bag or enemies or something. And finds a giant swamp. That's 5,000 swamp tiles times $1.
I know on at least 2 occasions Joshy has found a swamp that would span the entire screen, and he screenshots it and tweets it to Dig Shake. But that one's not quite big enough. That one's about 2 or 3 tiles too short. He picks up the heart container. I believe they've both got the same set except for the cross at this point.
Yeah, I think they found everything the other has, minus Death Mountain there.
Kingdahl's crossing over to the eastern continent. I'm thinking about it, and I do think they found all 4 caves. So they might still be missing the grass tile, but I don't know where it is. So we'll see if Joshy heads over, if he just wants to walk through the swamp some more. If I were that far into a swamp,
I thought Joshy had been in that cave down there. Yeah.
He just went into it, yeah. So I think he went right and found the corner of the map, and now he's going left.
Kingdahl's picking up a 500 bag. And he's going to try to roll that for attack 4. And boots look like it's going to be very helpful over here. Maybe not required,
Yeah.
but... navigation easier.
There was a seed I did yesterday that was annoying because the boots were required, but they weren't useful at all. Like, you went over to the other continent and you were immediately blocked by water, but they didn't help you besides that.
Jeez.
There's all sorts of water on this seed that you could walk on. Avoid all this swamp even in the west continent.
Yeah.
Kingdahl
Yeah, it might
finds a
not be
tea bag.
required, but certainly looks helpful.
And
So he
another
grabs
Phyllis.
attack 4, and Joshy's still kind of wandering around over here.
Yeah.
The 200-point knuckles again.
Looks like he might be grinding.
Oh no.
Ah, there's the grass tile on Joshy's screen. Maybe they did find
Yeah,
it.
he's got it.
Well, he didn't hop in it, so he must have gone in it earlier.
Well, he's walking away. Well, we got
yeah.
Great Palace 5, and what else on the west? Yeah, they had to have found that grass tile. It was right next to the raft there.
Yeah. What was the other palace? I don't remember. There might have been 2 and 5.
2.5 GP, yeah. Kingdahl finds 6. And he finds a nice road there. Leads to nowhere. GP 5 and 2, yeah. Okay.
It's old Katsuto on Joshy's side. I don't think that Kingdahl went in here. Unless I missed him.
Oh no. Is Kingdahl gonna farm?
And it's Reflect.
Good spell.
Joshy was actually a little bit ahead when they restarted. Not by too much,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, they were within a minute. I mean, not if there was a lead, it wasn't by much.
And they were neck and neck for like 15 minutes and just barely started to diverge when Joshy crashed.
Yeah, Joshy might have been ahead by a little, but it was pretty early to say anything concrete about that. We're gonna test out the yellow Laz for 70 points.
It's really disappointing when the eastern continent enemies are worth the minimum. You go over there expecting everything to be worth a lot.
Yeah, you go over there with attack 3, you're like, hey, 6, and yeah, got that way.
Yeah, they restarted with a new seed. Joshy's game just randomly crashed in the middle of an encounter, so they agreed to start over.
What was in that P-bag cave? I missed that there.
Yeah, I missed it too. I was hoping someone would say if it was important.
You would think one of us two would catch it, but we're busy checking chat.
Oh, heart container, they're saying, and
Heart
yeah,
container,
they both have
okay.
one more heart now. And the desert tile had the kid on Kingdahl's side. I also saw the water tile right next to it, but they don't have the boots yet.
Then to play. And looks like we got a Maze Island sighting.
Yep. And Darunia, so he can actually turn in the kid. And get
That's
up.
kind of nice, yeah. Desert tile right by Darunia.
Yep.
what we call
Kingdahl.
cart Zelda.
Kingdahl
Yeah,
talking
it's
to
just
this lady instead of the person he's trying to talk to. Got an
just go away,
earful about.
lady. Come on.
Got a nice earful about Ganon's minions. More swamp. This seed has a lot of swamp in it.
Yeah.
And Joshy's content
Some
to walk through all
extra.
of it.
Dig must have some extra bills to pay or something. I don't know.
Oh, Joshy just
Saving up
found
for that
Palace 2.
motorcycle. Yeah.
Or Palace 5, actually.
That was 5 right there. Yeah. So
Gosh,
whoever said there was Palace 5 on the west is fired.
he didn't go back west, did he? Because there's a bridge, but... And we got Thunder over on Kingdahl's side.
Kid required. Which didn't seem to be too hard to find.
Yeah.
But it was kind of up in a little nook up there.
Yeah.
Desert tile. Well, Joshy is out west, so I apologize. You're rehired. And apparently we got swamp ores in chat here.
Does he have reflect? He might. Yes, he does. I just saw him pause. Oops.
I'm not sure what the whole swamp thing was about, and I'm not sure who won or lost, but looks like it's dying down. Kingdahl's in Maze Island, and he's getting pretty close to attack 5 here.
Yeah. Looks like Joshy decided to dive into Palace 2. Unfortunately, the items they're missing are the ones that you want for the dungeons, the glove and then either the magic key or fairy.
Yeah, he could get blocked here in a few different ways.
As you are guaranteed to have at least one of those two things before you have to go into a palace. So, you might want to just keep looking for those if you don't find either one.
Yeah, heat of the moment. Sometimes you just get wrapped up and go, what's easiest, what's close by.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, you're 26 minutes in and you haven't placed a gym, you want to go make some progress.
Yeah, he might feel like he's behind a bit. Oh.
Yeah. And with the jump spell, there's only one room that he can get blocked by, which is the glove room.
You see, Kingdahl takes a game over.
Yeah, that didn't look like a friendly Maze Island either.
He was in the item room trying to get the item. Didn't see what it was. So that could be pretty costly as far as time there. I mean,
Yeah, they're saying he lost 1,400 experience as well. It was probably pretty close to attack 5.
that's right. That's a pretty bad game over as far as the experience and just backtracking, not even getting the item.
Yeah.
Speaking of item, we got the item room on Joshy's side here in Palace 2.
It is the medicine, which is not required,
Well,
but might lead to
might
something
need
useful.
fairy.
That's true.
What was the race the other day? Sure who was playing, but they never went and got a fairy, and they were able to complete 5, 6, and Great Palace.
Yeah, I remember that race because they were speculating that it would be required because they saw them, the opponent use fairy, but it ended up not being required. I think that was Palace 6 had a loop in it that got you around the fairy room.
Was And I'm not sure how often it is required. Seems to be just
Yeah.
automatically thought that you need it, kind of with Reflect and Thunder.
Yeah, because there's only a couple of rooms that require it, and like, I mean, that room in Palace 5 technically doesn't require it if you have jump and you're like super good, but then in Palace 6 you can get a loop that takes you around the fairy rooms, the drop room as
Yeah,
well as
yeah.
the lava room.
Yeah, you can spend 20 minutes there trying to do the bubble,
Yeah.
which I've never been able to do, but I've only tried it twice. Well, when Kingdahl was not saving up for that attack, he just pumped a magic and a life.
Yeah.
So, item that he game over then.
I guess with the benefit of seeing this Maze Island, I'm not sure if I disagree with going into Palace 2, because this isn't a friendly Maze Island at all.
Now he's had to take several encounters here. Ooh.
It's also fighting stuff along the way, and it's not really paying off. Joshy makes it to Helmet Head, so the Palace 2 is not glove blocked at all.
No, it's not. Yeah, well done.
There's actually some cases like this where not having the glove might help you, because if you had the glove, you might have been able to get through the glove blocked room and not find anything.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, just a good death there.
Yeah, it looked like he was like one hit away too, though Helmet Head's life bar is sometimes misleading. Kingdahl finds the
Kingdahl.
glove.
Oh, wow.
That's a good find.
So I wonder if he found that before he game overed. You know, if he game over the next encounter, would he have stayed on the west and done 2 and, you know, maybe some other palaces?
Looks like Palace 1 is in Maze Island. I'll definitely finish that now.
Oh, Joshy? What's he gonna do?
Looks like he's not grinding.
Kind of did a Larry shuffle there and said, "No." I think he probably heard Dig shaking his head.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to go back and get 105 points. And then there was this little, you know, like in Flintstones, kazoo.
Yeah.
Kind of popped up next to his head, but it was Dig Shake.
Friends don't let friends grind, Joshy.
I do it. Oh, good, Larry's here.
So where's Joshy heading now? I don't think
Good,
there's a
Larry.
palace down here.
You're taking over for me in a little bit because if not, I'll bet you threaten to fight. She's going to beat me up, and then she'll probably take a plane out to Long Island and beat you up. So. Sorry about that.
Kingdahl key blocked, it looks like. So he doesn't have fairy or the magic key, so he actually could get key blocked. Though he's got one key right now.
He shouldn't be in 1. I mean, there's extra keys. It's really hard to get key blocked in 1.
Yeah, unless it happens right away.
Yeah, it could.
Looks like he's using his key in the item room, which...
And it looks like after that game over, he's just kind of pumping levels, whatever comes. So.
Yeah. Joshy just got fire, and it's tied to shield. Probably not what he wanted to see. That's pretty much the worst
probably
thing.
not.
It's about the worst thing it can get paired with, because it's the only spell that doesn't get cheaper than the thing it's tied to.
That's exactly what I was going to say. At least with some other spell, it costs less. But
Yeah.
shield and fire are pretty similar as in cost when you get higher.
Like, even if it's not thunder or reflect, it could
The shield
be plenty of things.
part's nice. I mean, it's definitely
Yeah.
going to be useful. But
Having it's nice, but if you find the actual shield spell, you'll never cast it again.
yeah, exactly.
I am not up on the gems, am I? Joshy, the only one who placed one.
I'm. Did Kingdahl not? Why would
I
he
don't think
leave?
he did fight Horsehead.
Not sure. Yeah, we know Joshy did too.
Not entirely sure Buzz Thunder, but that's what his name is in Discord right now, so I went with it.
Yep. Le Joshy.
Yeah, limited edition. Because, after, this match here, he won't be 2-1 anymore. He'll either be 3-1 or 2-2. And that limited edition, it's only lasting like a couple days. That River Devil.
Is it LE? Because I feel like if it was limited edition, it'd be capital E2. I kind of thought it was more on the French undertones.
That's
Le
possible too.
Joshy.
But I kind of
I'd have
assumed
to ask
Larry
him
had
about
something
that.
to do with it, and he's the one saying it's limited edition. Perhaps I'm mistaken.
Usually tied up in some kind of shenanigans here or there.
I believe that River Devil that Kingdahl passed is the River Devil like with the shortest tiles required to walk around it that I've ever seen. Looked like about 6 steps gets you around it.
Buzz, we don't condone betting in chat. And Joshy finds that lady is so damn thirsty she cannot walk 10 feet.
And he finds shield. So,
well,
definitely not what he wanted.
kind of a bam bam there.
Kingdahl's in a P-Bag Cave.
You get fire that shield, then you find shield. Yeah, it's found P-Bag Cave, and he's zombie strats now.
I just noticed that even at Magic 4, life costs 65. That's a very...
Moa takes him out.
Oh, is it an invisible Moa? Is Joshy's cross gonna save him?
That cross probably could have been helpful there.
Wasn't a game over though, so not a huge time loss.
Nope. He's back in there now.
And it's a P-Bag, so I'll mark that as the candle.
We got the FU bag. And he's up to 445 now. Meanwhile, Joshy's at 424. So
Yeah.
a little bit different way of leveling here.
Yeah, I don't see people often take Life 4 without taking Magic 3. Usually people stay at 2 Magic 3 life or 3 Magic 4 life if they're gonna raise attack high.
Joshy found Fairy, so...
Oh, alright.
Well,
that's good for him.
both of them are missing one kind of key spell there.
Yeah.
And then they're ready to go. Just noticed Joshy he hasn't been on Maze Island, so he doesn't have the glove yet.
Yeah, I don't think he even peeked at it.
Oh, he's all the way on the west. Okay. He's northwest.
to Palace, either 3 or 6.
It's got to be 3 because Kingdahl found 6 earlier,
Ah,
and he never went into New Kasuto.
now Joshy's taking Magic 3. Probably because he picked up Fairy. Yeah, it costs 66 still. Yeah, I like the leveling strat of keeping my attack high and leaving the others low, but if I were to find Fairy and not the Magic Key, then I'd probably think about having more Magic levels. Especially with only 5 containers, because you'd want to try to get an extra cast of it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, ideally, I think ideally you want to keep life at 4 because I think the highest, it's usually around 900 that the high your threshold is for getting over.
Yeah.
But I mean, it really is seed dependent. If you never find the key and you got Fairy and you need to cast it several times, you need to take that magic.
Kingdahl's back on Maze Island.
Find the second item.
Oh, Joshy died with 1 hit left on Rebanak.
Or is he going to finish Palace 1? I'm not sure why he left Palace 1.
Yeah, I don't know either. Unless he was key blocked. It's unfortunate that the item he got in there was just a magic jar, because if he is key blocked now, he would probably regret using the key to get to the item room instead of going to the boss with it.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like he's looking for the second item. And I think he's found it. No, that was the first one.
Joshy gets Rebanak.
And we got Rebo down, and he almost gets a 2-for-1 there. 400 points short. And is he going to grind? No.
As much grinding as Kingdahl has done, his levels aren't really better than Joshy's.
No. Very similar. A little bit different ways, but very similar.
There's the other item. It's the boots.
Well, we don't think boots are required, but it's, like we were talking, it's sure going to help.
Yeah, like there's all sorts of gross terrain on this map, and it looks like you could even go up the coasts with it.
Yeah, you might be able to bypass a lot of that beautiful dig swamp. Did anybody see, did Kingdahl finish 1? I'm kind of wondering, why wouldn't you go back in and finish it? I mean, you're there in Maze Island.
He's still got 6 gems. But he has no keys, so it really might be his keys.
Okay. He doesn't have Fairy. Okay, that's right. So no keys, no Fairy, yeah. It's unfortunate. He's going to have to go to Maze Island 4 times. That'll be his 4th trip to finish it.
Yeah. He should be wondering, though, because you are guaranteed to get Fairy or the Magic Key, and he hasn't found either one. But he looks like he might be ready to go into palaces.
He did find that water tile.
That's true.
Oh, Joshy D's right by it. So the water tile and the desert tile are right next to each other.
And Joshy got the kid, which I believe led to Thunder. Yeah, it has to. He's only got 1 spell left.
Yeah, and Deronia's just south of where he is now.
Unfortunately, he's missing the glove still. But if he had that, he'd be pretty much full dig shake.
Well, he is right next to Maze Island, and we know the glove and the boots are in there.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be interesting if he finds the glove first. Do you think he'll just not look for the second item?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, you're good to go. You need nothing else to complete the game, as far as he knows. But those boots could save you quite a bit of time there.
Yeah. As well as having like another container, which is, you know, if you can get it easily, that's pretty nice to have. But if you have to actually go through those encounters to get to it, I don't think it's worth it. So I would probably try to get to the castle in as few encounters as possible, but still look for the item on the way. But at the same time, not going through encounters to look for it.
Yeah, I guess it kind of depends on the maze island layout. Also, you know, if you're, I mean, that Palace one looked like you had to take at least what 3-4 encounters to get there.
Interesting.
Maybe 3.
Kingdahl cast Reflect in this room to kill the ghost dude, but he didn't block the Doomknocker's projectile with his shield. I would think that he would know that you can do that when you cast Reflect.
Yeah, I would think so too. 5 here. And life is now pretty cheap. It looks like it's 28-ish.
That's good. Adds a little safety.
He's going to grab this key, I'm sure.
No, he
And
died in
where
game
is
over.
he going?
Game over.
Where's he going? He walked right past the key. I thought he was going to go in there and dive down for the key.
He's kind of all over the place right now.
Yeah, I wonder if he's, you know, these two started a while ago, and Joshy D's, I don't know if he's using a console or his emulator, froze up. And they were only about 19, 20 minutes in, and they started probably not more than 10 minutes later. And I know when I play seeds kind of back to back like that, a lot of things kind of get jumbled and mixed. Like, oh, have I been here? Did I already check that grass spot? You know, I'm wondering if that's
like, especially when I was
happening.
like when I was first trying out different video game randomizers. If I did 2 of the same game in one day, I'd get real confused about where things are. I think it's something you get better at, though. Joshy went into P1. I believe he got the glove. I wasn't completely watching him, though. So I don't know if he got the other one.
I kind of missed a little bit of that, too. I was watching a Kingdahl traverse the...
He does not have the boots, so he only got the glove.
This Valley of Death here.
So I guess we'll see after he beats this palace if he looks for the other item or not. Kingdahl finds P4 in the Valley of Death. And he leaves.
He got the glove, but not the boots. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, where is he going now? No keys. Oh, jeez. Oh, and he obeys all the way back to the west.
Insta-key blocked, yeah.
So... what is he going to do now? I would have thought he would have went over and checked that water tower, but maybe he didn't remember where it was, or...
Pops into Palace 5, but changes his mind. Joshy grabbed the P1 item. What was that, the medicine? Or... no, he's already got that.
Magic jar.
Oh, that's right. Heard it make a noise, but I couldn't figure out what he was missing. Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Yeah,
Kingdahl's
Rose
looking
City.
for.
He kind of looks, either I don't know if he'd really be tilted, but just kind of looks a little lost, I guess. I mean, what has he found on the east? I think he's still missing 2 towns on the east, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's missing New and Old Kasuto.
I think he went into Old because I think that's where Reflect was.
Okay, or then he's missing. No, maybe he's just missing New Kasuto. I would think, I mean, if any town on the east, that's a place you want to be. I mean, it's got 3 things there.
Yeah.
But he does grab a key there, so.
And I mean, he's got the boots and he saw the River Devil and it is not blocking anything, so I don't know why he wouldn't be looking for New Katsudo. There's gotta be a way to get there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Joshy is taking the lead here while Kingdahl's looking around.
That Mago over on Kingdahl's side, 500 points.
It's nice. Joshy's found Horsehead. Takes 2 hits before his life bar moves, even at attack 5. Joshy doesn't have trouble.
Nice. Is he going to pump out more than 20? Not much. What is Horsehead's max? Is it 100?
Oh, 150, I think, because I know he gives 50 in vanilla. So 2 steps up from that would be 150.
He gave the vanilla there, which is more than he usually does. Most people he gives 20. I'm pretty sure for me he takes away experience. It's so stingy.
Oh yeah, there's a 70 stage, I guess, isn't there? So he could give 100 max. Yeah, because Orange Dyras give 70.
Country of Sweden's correcting you.
Kingdahl's starting to recheck places he's been before, I think.
Well, apparently you're right. They never checked that grass tile. I don't know how you'd miss it right there. Or he saw it and left and, kind of saving it for a rainy day.
Yeah. It being a 500-point bag, I'm not sure why he'd pass it up. I guess that raises the question.
I would think you would.
Like, which of the 2 500-point bags they picked up was the candle, but let's just go ahead and credit Joshy for the candle as well.
Yeah, you can pick which one. But I don't know why I'd save that. I mean, that 500-point bag is going to do a lot more early than late game.
Yeah.
So, is there anybody in chat who wants to take over my spot? Don't all raise your hands. I need to. Sorry, Countess.
That's all right.
You're probably happy. Guy out of here.
Oh, I'm not paying nearly enough attention to this, I think.
Martin can do drunk commentary. Is there any other kind? But you would be slightly biased there.
Well, chat's voting for Martin. Kingdahl grabs that key, but gives it up.
Oh.
I think he forgot about the key till it was too late. He's definitely been desperate for keys, so he wants to get that.
Race needs more Sweden. Well, there's already one racer in here. Oh no. Joshy mean to fall back off there? Okay, guess he did. Oh, cool. Like, you know, hey, I got that key and got bumped off. I meant to go that way.
Uh-oh, did my streams freeze again?
So we got 3 votes Martin.
It'll recover in a second. There we go.
1 commentator from every country represented. Wow. Who do we got all here? We got Canada, you know, US, Sweden.
Yeah, and the tournament itself, there's quite a few countries represented. Gosh, you found another magic jar. It's not too bad considering his magic level.
Oh, I guess we got California. California's kind of a country of its own.
Yeah, I've been over there, and from living in Indiana, it's a very different place.
Yeah, I used to live there. Standing by. Jump in, Martin. If not, I'm going to pause it and get my gear and get dressed, and you guys will not like that. And I'll probably tell stories about eating Swedish fish and how disgusting they are. Speaking of which. Hello, good sir.
Hello?
Hello. Martin,
Hello.
Put down the beer can.
Yeah, I'm fiddling with my settings. Can you hear me?
You're fiddling. Want to hear about it?
It's been so long since I did this, so I can't even remember how to do it.
Well, there's a game. There's 2 racers, and
Yeah. I started
you're
multi.
trying to beat 6 palaces.
I suppose I need to watch multi-twitch to be on some kind of sync. And not
Or
the
you could just
Yeah, I've just got
NES
their...
girlfriend.
I'm just streaming from their own Twitch pages, so if you're on multi-Twitch, you'd have the same delay as me.
Yep. We have Joshy D fighting Guma. Or am I delayed as hell?
You might be a little ahead of me, actually. I'll probably have to refresh him after Joshy beats this guy. It's my browser froze a second ago. It's been doing that lately.
Okay.
But
well,
my other browser wouldn't capture an OBS, so this is what we got.
Joshy D is taking some damage. He has to cast life here, but he should be good.
So what time is it over there, Martin?
It's only 4 a.m.
Oh, that's
Only
not bad.
4 a.m.
Yeah, no big deal.
And there's this many people from Sweden up at 4 a.m. cheering for a Zelda 2 race.
Joshy D manages to kill Guma at least.
Alright. Is he gonna leave to grind?
TheCowness, you're in good hands, and so are you, Martin. Thanks for letting me do this with you, and I'll still be in the chat. I just need to go
Alright.
somewhere. I can't tell you where. It's very secret. So
Looks like Yoshi is... Oh, he goes back to grind, but he takes a death to lava.
Oh, yes he does. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh their streams.
Yeah, Kingdahl is in some kind of palace at least.
I believe it's 2. Yeah.
Might be.
He's been in there a while, but he's been collecting a lot of keys, which I guess is gonna help him. But it would be better if he went to find that fairy spell instead of continuing to dive into palaces. It's Kingdahl's stream.
I haven't been paying super attention to this race. I can honestly say I've been playing some Diablo 3 while watching, but now my focus is 100% devoted to this race.
Well, they were very close for a very long time, but then I guess Kingdahl just never found new Katsudo, so he didn't get the fairy spell, and he, I guess, gave up on it and started going into palaces, but every palace he went into he was key blocked on. So now he's finally in Palace 2 where he can make some progress.
Yeah,
but
I mean, he really needs to make some progress to make this race interesting again,
Yeah.
I guess, because Yoshi is really far ahead.
Yeah, he's got 4 gems placed already to Kingdahl's 0.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna see at least 1 gem here from Kingdahl pretty soon.
Yeah, Joshy actually did Palace 2 before getting the fairy spell or the glove, so we know it's that the boss isn't blocked.
Yeah, I actually watched that. And I think I remember seeing Great Palace over at Western, pretty close to the starting location.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Kingdahl's actually been in here quite a while. He might be full clearing it, and I don't know if that's on purpose so that he has extra keys when he leaves, or if he's just not taking the right paths.
It might be. I mean, knowing Kingdahl from the last tournament, I really haven't followed him this tournament, but he's really keen on getting high levels, so
Yeah.
he's no stranger to grinding.
Yeah, we were commenting earlier that he was doing a lot of grinding, but it didn't seem to be really helping him because Joshy had about the same levels, because he was completing palaces.
Yeah, I remember you saying that earlier, and
Kingdahl finishes 2.
so finally crystal for Kingdahl at least.
Yeah, he's on the board. I finally paid enough attention to notice that Joshy has Thunder. I assumed he did, but never saw him pause the game.
And Joshy D heading into 6 here.
I didn't actually see Joshy D go into New Katsudo, so I don't know why Kingdahl had trouble finding it. I'm not sure where it is.
Yeah, I joined too late to actually know where it actually is, so
Yeah.
I'm no help. So let's see what... Well, here's the first Rebanak we fight at least.
Angry Larry in chat is updating us for, I believe, the 3rd time to tell us that mobile sucks. It's good to know that hasn't changed.
Thank you, Larry.
300 experience for Rebanak.
I want to counter with something evil, but I probably shouldn't. Larry knows.
Okay, they're saying it's on the west coast of East Continent, New Katsudo.
Okay. So Yoshi taking, I believe this drop was forced to continue. Is this the item room?
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Looks like
is
he
the
thought
item.
about passing it up, but he seems to have decided to fight him.
Yeah, I mean he's committed now.
Ooh.
Oh, is he gonna... Oh, he takes a death.
Yeah, you
Fire
might want the
strength.
key.
Yep.
I forget what fairy costs, but though now he has 7 jars, he might be able to cast it twice. Oh, Kingdahl has fire. I wouldn't be surprised if there's
Oh.
3 more things on each person's side that I missed.
And Remonak was really mean to Joshy there, but Joshy manages to kill him.
Joshy gets the hammer.
Hammer.
He probably won't do anything with it, because I don't think any of the western caves were blocked, so it would just be Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, I doubt we'll see him go there.
As we were saying earlier, in the first seed they did before they crashed and had to restart, there were actually 2 caves that were key blocked, or hammer blocked, so that was interesting, but we didn't get to see what was in either one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, props to Kingdahl for being a good sport about restarting.
Yeah.
So Yoshi opts not to drop. Probably the correct choice here to actually check right before dropping.
Well, he actually fell. I don't know if that was on purpose, but it didn't take him
Oh.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's doing
Ah,
it
okay.
again. I'm not sure why.
That was really strange.
Oh, I see what he's doing. He's trying to land up there with the statue to get a jar,
Ah, okay.
but he can't get up to it.
Nope.
Oh, I guess he's dying.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the right thought, but couldn't really execute, so...
Yeah.
Is that his last digger?
Oh, I missed it. Probably because he died to Rebanak once.
Yep. Kingdahl is taking a lot of beating here, losing a life. Is he back on Maze Island?
Looks like it. He must have a key left over from Palace 2, and he wants to fight Horsehead, because he already got the item out of 1.
Ah, okay, he was... Yeah, because I remember him being in one, but... Yeah, he was probably key blocked then.
Yeah. He got the item, but he didn't place the gem. So, I guess he's probably hoping that he can profit off of keys in this dungeon.
Yep. Yeah, this is the disadvantage of jumping in as a commentator mid-seed in a seed that you semi-watched. Yeah, I'll try to do my best. Oh, Joshy D is having a hard time in Palace 6 for sure.
Yeah.
It's not treating him well.
Yeah, he lost his experience from those 2 Rebanaks, but that's probably not the end of the world.
Yeah, and I think he's actually... I don't think he went left the first time around, so...
Oh, it just took him to a block room.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's good for him to know that he's actually on the right track, I guess.
Yeah. And he doesn't have to fight the Rebanaks again.
Yeah. Kingdahl picking up a key.
And I think there's another key in here, yeah?
Yeah, this is the key room. Making use of the thunder spawn. Yoshi having... Oh, I think he has wanted to suicide there to refill his magic.
Yeah, that's probably the case.
Yeah, he wants to jump the Canadian hole.
Ah. LP's blocked, so he has to go in it.
That's a dead end. Looks like he has to go down the Canadian hole then. That's a loop, I believe.
Oops. We've got Horsehead down on Kingdahl's side.
Yeah, and Joshy found a loop on the Canadian hole.
Ah.
Decides to up and A. So
Decided
not
to grab
the
this
friend-
key.
Yep.
Which I guess it saves him a little magic, though he did get hit by a bunch of bubbles. He should still be able to
Yeah.
cast Fairy, though.
And yeah, not the friendliest of Palace 6.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
And yeah, Kingdahl finishing off his second Palace.
Yep.
Was Palace 1, I believe.
He does have one key. I guess we'll see if he jumps into a palace with it, or maybe if he looks for the town he's missing.
Does he? No, he's missing. He's missing shield as well, I guess. So he doesn't know that it's actually
Yeah.
fairy. We do.
He should still want to find it, though, because he could potentially get 2 items in addition to a spell. And
Yeah.
maybe one of those items is the medicine. Oh, he found something here. No, he found the shield spell.
Yeah.
I guess he has the medicine then. Because he's only missing fairy. I missed him pick that up.
Do we know how many? Yeah, I guess Yoshi D has been to New Kazoo. Was it 6 or 7 magic containers to get the item?
I missed him in there, so I'm not sure.
Ah, okay.
Not even sure, like, if you got either of the items.
Fair enough.
Kingdahl looks like he's in the top headed to the west, so if it is indeed it, yep, it's on the west side.
So we should find it here. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like you could not walk there with boots, so he did have to walk all the way up and around to get here.
So let's see if 6 containers is enough.
Looks like it.
Yep.
Joshy finds Barba. And Barba has low health, so it shouldn't be too hard to win this.
I think he has at least 1 spare guy, so...
Oh, Joshy game overed half a room from Barba. That's not good. It's especially not good if you've got other forks you've got, because you might take those instead to continue your exploration instead of coming back.
Yeah. I was actually watching the Barba fight, so I missed what item Kingdahl picked up.
Yeah, I missed it too.
Chat can probably fill us in.
Joshy finishes piece 6.
Yeah, only P4 left for him.
Which I believe
I'm
was in
great.
the Valley of Death.
Oh, and Valley of Death was right next to Palace 6.
Spell item was a heart.
Yep. Oh, it was a digger for.
Okay.
Thank you, chat.
Joshy taking all these level ups instead of attack 8.
Yeah, probably depends on runner preference, I guess. But
Yeah.
attack 7 is, as long as you're comfortable with Thunderbird, attack 7 is usually way more than you need for randomizer.
Yeah, and the attack 8's not gonna help him against Karok.
Nope. It's it is gonna help him against Thunderbird, but Joshy D is a seasoned player, so he should have no trouble with attack 7 Thunderbird. So Kingdahl in Palace 3 here.
Yep. Oh wow, I didn't realize
Wow.
how short that was. I believe he came into Palace 3 earlier and was key blocked. So that's really unfortunate.
Yep. Wonder if he's gonna. I don't see why he would go for the item at this point, but
Yeah.
so he's probably gonna leave it at that. So yeah, I'm gonna make a Swedish comment here for one of the chatters. Anti-leg day. Thank you.
Looks like Kingdahl chose Life 8 over Magic 7.
Yeah, I approve. Didn't look like the spells were that expensive.
Yeah. And he does have 6 containers, which isn't too bad.
Yep.
Joshy grabbing this key and death warping. It's kinda strange that he's doing that this late in the game. I wonder if Magic 5 didn't help his fairy cost. I haven't been paying much attention.
Yeah, I'm a little unclear about that death abuse, I guess, but
Like with 7 jars, I would think that he could cast fairy twice and that he wouldn't need to go out of his way for keys anymore.
yeah, definitely. So it looks like Kingdahl is gonna he's gonna grind for the jar, I guess. Does he really have that much experience? I mean, he could just up in A.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's getting really unlucky or really lucky depending on what he's aiming for here. He
Nice.
was aiming for the jar.
Yeah.
Lol, Buzz Thunder. Did Google Translate help you with that?
Fairy is 47 for both of them. So it should be castable twice with 6 jars.
So yeah, that death abuse was a bit confusing, I guess. So Kingdahl is definitely going for the keys here.
Yeah, it's not too big a time loss if he's gonna up A anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, combined with the grinding he did for the jar, it was, well.
Joshy finds Karok.
So yeah, Yosh is really far ahead here.
Yeah, we are probably looking at the 3-1 Joshy D.
Yep.
Soon to be, at least. Kingdahl comes across the first Rebenak.
And characters down. Average fight, I would say. Not too fast, not too slow.
Chat speculating that the Carrick fight could take long enough for him to catch up, but unfortunately not the case.
Yeah. Joshy has been practicing his Carrick.
And he's headed off to Great Palace.
Yep. That was really close to Northern Palace, if I am not totally mistaken.
I think it's in the same general area. I actually don't think you had to go through any caves to get anywhere on this western continent.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, chat. Carrick is definitely skill-based. You should devote all your time to practicing Carrick.
He's about as difficult as Dark Link, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, here we have it. A great palace for Joshy D. Let's hope it's trolling. Starting off with the... Yeah, I can never remember what Angry Larry calls these rooms.
Waffle
yeah,
rooms.
Yeah, waffle rooms, that's true. I think Angry Larry is probably the namer of every single room in Great Palace.
Ooh,
Here's
found
the
Eon Drop.
Enchantress of Numbers room. Eon Drop.
Joshy
Let's see if he
teases
goes
it,
for
but
it.
he's going. I guess after his defeat to Dig Shake, he's decided to not try the Eon Drop.
Yeah, he did not go for the Eon Drop.
I believe in that race it was the right call.
It was. I mean, doing the drop is going against the meta, so she was going for a gamble, for sure. Here's
Yeah.
Jack in his room, I believe. I have no idea why it's called that, but...
I'm sure it's because he died in there. That's what most of these rooms are named after. You die in a
fair
room, you
enough.
get it named after you.
Fair enough. I have a town named after me.
Oh, nice.
The town
Frequent
of
player
Root.
room on Kingdahl's side.
Yep. I think some players call the town of Root to Martin Town because I couldn't find a trophy in a race.
Ah.
So yeah, but I aim to please. Oh, Kingdahl is... Oh, he survived. Wow. So
Alright.
yeah, lot of choice rooms here for Joshy D.
Yep. Yeah, Kingdahl's got 2 extra lives, so I don't see him dying to a half-health Barba.
Nope. There's a dead end for Joshy D.
Joshy always goes right in Fairy Room, of course.
Yeah, it's a nice refill there. See if it goes left or up. Up probably. Pondering. He goes up.
Let's see. Kingdahl might be heading into the Valley of Death here. He's right next to it. I guess Palace 5's on the other continent, so he may as well do 4 while he's here.
Another waffle room here, I guess.
Yep. Kingdahl trying to fairy feet through Valley of Death, but he messed up that one.
And, here's a drop room at least,
Ooh.
I believe.
And
So,
Joshy finds Thunderbird.
Yep. And he's covered quite a lot of Great Palace already, so chances are pretty high. It's gonna be a short walk to Dark Link. He's gonna suicide here.
He's going for shield and reflect.
Yeah, probably gonna be enough to make short work of Sunburn here.
Yeah. That's Thunderbird down.
Yep. Well done, Joshy D. Meanwhile, Kingdahl is progressing through Palace 4.
Yep.
Finding all the dead ends or key rooms. Yeah, there can't be that many rooms left for him to explore before Dark Link. I believe it is short Great Palace in the Swiss rounds.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So yeah, Yoshidi taking a death there to a spicy chicken.
Not really sure why. He had jump cast already. He could have probably jumped over it.
Yeah. But he just got unlucky.
It almost seemed like an intentional death, but it's not like he'd cast fairy in this room because there's blocks on the other side.
Yeah, I don't think that was an intentional death. There was really no point in taking an intentional death at that stage. Maybe there's nerves.
Kingdahl passed on the item room in 4. I'm not sure if Joshy got it or not, but Kingdahl didn't even check.
Yeah, drop room here for Joshy D. Getting the jar lock.
And Joshy found Dark Link.
Yep.
Right as Kingdahl finds Karok.
So let's see if it's a truly Dark Link or not. Starting out with some troll at least. Yeah, you should have no problem here finishing. And that's it. Joshy D is the winner. So,
Alright, I had to step away, but let me see if I can grab his official time. And Kingdahl just told him in IRC, GG, I got Fairy 114.
yeah. Looks like Kingdahl is gonna finish the seed at least.
1:29:25 was the official time. Not a bad time.
Nope. I mean, depending on what luck you get with a seed, time can be everything from 40 minutes up
Yeah.
to 100 minutes or even worse.
Like this one wasn't overly generous, but it wasn't overly like terrible either. So that's a pretty good time for this seed, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as their first start, where they started with the glove, reflect, and fairy spell, and the raft.
Yeah, I think Kingdahl was actually a bit ahead in the first seed, if I remember correctly, when
Yeah,
Joshy crashed.
it was pretty close.
Yeah.
Like they only got 20 minutes in, and for the first 15 minutes they were about neck and neck, and then they started going into palaces, and they picked different palaces to go into.
Yep.
So it was pretty debatable as to who was ahead.
But yeah, time is now 4:30 a.m. in Sweden, so I'm gonna say thank you very much for letting me jump in and
Yeah.
do some commentating.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, chat. Thank you, the runners, and yeah, good luck to everyone in the tournament. I don't know when we'll see another match. Do you know of any upcoming matches?
I can probably pull up the schedule pretty fast.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Joshy. Congratulations on your win.
Oh, thanks, Martin.
I would like to say go Sweden, but I don't think it's appropriate right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm still rooting for Sweden. And
Yeah.
you know, I love Kingdahl, you know, and of course, you know, you fellow Swede. You guys are great. But I am really glad that I don't have to go into that freaking shark pit of a play-in race, because that seems just disgusting.
Yeah, no, I can't even like tell you that that's our rematch, you know, because you're not going to be in it. So now I have to get through that. I have to win my next match and the next one and find you in the brackets, or it's not going to happen.
Oh man. Well, I hope it does happen. I think that would be a pretty hype race. Man, this seed like never felt right. Like I never actually felt like I was on the right path. Just the crummy palaces, you know, at the on the west continent, and
Yeah.
I feel like I missed a cave somewhere that I went looking for a couple times, because I mean I don't even remember where I got the glove. I got the raft pretty early,
The
but
glove was in Maze Island, and I believe the boots were as well, but I don't think you found those because it was a pretty terrible Maze Island.
yeah, it really sucked. And then I remember you chastising me in the race chat, or not the race chat, but the restream chat. My last race, I had the items that I needed, and I was like still looking for stuff. And so I kind of had that in mind. I'm like, well, you know, there's another item here, but honestly, I have what I need.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the boots would be cool. There was stuff that I might have wanted, but wasn't strictly necessary. And you can't, you know, you really can't mess around with an opponent like Kingdahl. You know,
Yeah, unfortunately, he just never found new Katsudo, so he never found I believe, the fairy spell, and he started diving into palaces looking for a way to open up the doors, and just got key blocked in almost all of them.
Yeah, it was in a kind of pile of crap place. Like it,
Yeah.
you know, like you had to. I mean, in a way, the East Continent did tell you that you needed to take caves. Like there wasn't much there.
Yeah.
And I think I found that kind of early, and well, I don't know. Like I remember, like I went over there really early. I went to the east, and I just couldn't really get much accomplished there. And so I think I did 2, which was okay.
Yeah, Kingdahl also did 2 as his first palace, but he'd found like 3 of them that he was key blocked in before he got through that one, and he made sure he left it with extra keys so he could do 1. Then I think after 1 he finally found new Katsudo.
Man, the whole time I was worried that he'd found the magic key, because man, in Barba's palace, like that was putting me through hell. like
Yeah.
just not having enough keys, and then my combat and defense not being good enough to prevent damage. So I was
Yeah.
just running out of magic all over the place.
Yeah, I didn't comment on this earlier, but I was wondering if the key were in Death Mountain and one of you had found it, you could have probably had an early lead if you did that, because it took quite a while to find all the stuff you needed to actually take on a palace.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and as I was going to ask, one of your earliest commitments was Death Mountain. How did it feel to find the cross in there?
You know, I joke about. I think the cross is a fantastic item. Because there's nothing worse than being on the East Continent and just getting wrecked by MOAs, especially like in a seed like this that kind of forced you over there early.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but it definitely felt like, oh, I'm losing ground. Like it. That's what really hurt about it, is that it wasn't terribly long. Like I don't think I actually had to go through any caves. I just had to like spend a lot of time popping in and out of caves. So I didn't feel terrible because a couple minutes at the beginning, like I feel like that. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, but
yeah, you found it pretty fast, but I mean, still,
it's it's a pretty lame item to find in there. Like it's not a one up, but it's up there. I think it did save me from some game overs though on the East, because there was just crap tons of MOAs everywhere, and there was a lot of kind of low level exploration we had to do. So
I mean, since you were forced over to the Eastern so early, it probably was a really good item to find this seed.
Yeah, it didn't feel good to find it, but it ended up being okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If nothing else, then you know that the thing you need isn't in Death Mountain. So
Well, that was really good too. I was never tempted to go back there. I think I did end up getting the hammer at the end, but like at that point, it was, there was no point to it.
Yeah.
It is nice to check it off. It's nice to check it off the list and know that, like, well, actually going east is my good move right now, because we don't have the hammer. It's kind of unlikely that it's the one thing under the hammer. I mean, that would be super trolly, but
I've heard a couple people agree that they don't mind finding the cross if it's an early item, but they get frustrated if you're looking for an item you need, like a spell item, and then you find the cross instead.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're gonna get it, like having it the whole game is kind of cool.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of feels like Death Mountain is the trolliest place to find the cross or a little bigger.
You work really hard, you take a long time, and then you get something that is nice, but definitely not necessary.
Yeah, but then again, your Death Mountain today wasn't that big of a deal. You found Hammer Cave pretty much without any fuss at all. So
yeah, I wasn't willing at that point to actually go through caves, like that's for sure, because I figured, I've seen Kingdahl like pop into caves, so I thought it was pretty safe because he'd probably be doing it too. So in that case, then it's not really time loss. It's like it's time loss off your PB, but it's not time loss versus your opponent.
Yeah. That's kind of like what Digshake said when he went in there against you, because he thought that you might do that as well.
Yeah, so it's totally safe. You just like, oh, cool. We both get an item. We're just agreeing that we're both gonna go ahead and look for it.
Just an unspoken gentleman's agreement.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say thank you again. I was saying thank you 8 minutes ago because I'm tired and need to leave. So, bye bye.
All right, see you,
Martin. Okay, so Kingdahl is he's doing 5. I feel like 5 was.
And he just missed the gym. I think I missed 4 actually.
Oh, okay. I decided to. I decided to up A off of Maze Island because it would have taken so long to walk off it, and since I did know where Palace 5 was and that I wouldn't really have to go back there until the end of the game, I thought that was the best move at that point.
Kingdahl actually went to Maze Island several times because I know he game overed there once, and then he went into Palace 1 and couldn't complete it, so he left. I think he came back for the boots. Then he might have come back a 4th time to actually finish Palace 1.
Oh, that's harsh. I mean, like, it sucks so bad if if you have to go back to the Maze Island Palace. Like, you kind of want to clear it at all costs if you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, I don't like to
Yeah.
go there till I've seen all of the other two palaces on the western, so that I know is there a chance this is gonna be Palace 4? Same thing with the
Mhm.
Valley of Death Palace. I don't like going
Oh,
into
yeah.
either one of them if I haven't seen Palace 4, but I'll go to Maze Island first because there's items over there at least.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like going there because there are like pretty free items. I probably wouldn't if I didn't have downstab, because those encounters can be a real bummer. And if you go there and game over like without even getting into the palace, then that's like the worst waste of time possible.
Yeah. I think my current strategy is to get all the free stuff in the west, then all the free stuff in the east, then go to Maze Island, and maybe if I find the boots early, I'll go to Maze Island early.
Yeah, yeah. If you have boots, it's pretty much free. Oh, dude, I wonder if he's gonna take the Eon drop since he's already not gonna win. Yes, I really wanted to do it.
What am I hearing? Is this an advertisement, or are you auto-hosting someone? Oh, you're auto-hosting someone. Okay. Sorry. I didn't switch to Kingdahl's audio because I think he had a mic earlier.
Oh, okay. Oh, it looks like the Eon drop. If that's the room I think it is, it actually is a time saver. Because I feel like I had to go like Great Palace wasn't trolly at all. It was just kind of a long path as I took it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't super dangerous. It really wasn't that bad. Kingdahl was doing attack 1 practice on T-Bird earlier, so I think we can expect like a pretty hype fight.
I'd say you should probably win. Runs into a king bot.
Oh, Busslander says, ask Josh to explain his away stream picture.
The mattress factory.
Yeah, if you look at like all of the photos except for the Fresh Prince one, like they're all like black and white, old timey. I don't know. I just thought that they were interesting pictures and kind of funny considering it's a video game website that we're on.
I've always wondered about that, but I don't think I ever asked.
I think you've made fun of it before, but that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
What? So Kingdahl's just like writing messages in the blocks here. Oh, he goes over and teabags the jar. What a guy. That's what's so great. Like if you're watching Kingdahl, man, he'll give you a show. He plays with a lot of style. He's got a great attitude about the game. It's good that he's not out, because I think it would feel really bad, if one of us had to put the other out of the one of us out of the tournament.
Yeah.
So
well, that's the situation I'm in this week. I'm actually rematching someone from that I played in the last tournament, Cool in the Gank, and we're both 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah, so you guys are fighting for survival.
Yeah, and last time we were 2 minutes apart in our race, so it could be a good race.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think Cool though, like as I recall, you haven't played a randomizer since the last tournament until this one started, or like a week before.
Yeah, that's correct.
So I think he has been playing. Wait, is Kingdahl out? Did we not have the same record? Oh shit! I know he beat Eon.
That might be. Let me double check.
Yeah, I think maybe we didn't have the same record. Oh, that's a bummer.
Oh yeah, he was 1 and 2.
Oh, sorry, bud. Man, since there's just a blank screen on my side of the, can we put that picture I drew of Kingdahl earlier in there?
Sure. Where do I find that?
I'll send it to you.
Scroll up and see if I can find it. Ah, here it is.
Yeah, Angry Larry was right, and I talk on Discord with Kingdahl all night, every night, and doodle in my notebook. Like I kind of don't even understand that joke that he made, but it was it was pretty funny. I mean, it was generally to mean that I'd played Dig Shake and I'd played BGT, and now I've played Kingdahl, who are all people that I'm as close as friends get on Twitch.
I think Larry
And,
was going for more that you fangirl over them.
oh, that could be. I am always hyping him up. I think he's a great player.
OBS does not want to capture this tab. It captured the other one just fine.
I'll just download it and add it as an image, man. But so Kingdahl, he didn't get the fairy. I
Keep
thought
this.
he'd be the kind of player to take the fairy. I mean, some people call it the fairy of shame. I think it's the fairy of sound reason.
I joked earlier that Joshy D always goes right in fairy room because Larry likes to say always go left in fairy room.
No, dude, there's a fairy. Like, why would you not want to pick that up?
Let's see, is
I
this
mean, if
it?
you have full health, I get it, but whatever.
There it is. Let's see. Shrink it down. Throw it in the background. There we go.
Yes. That's fantastic. And you can see he says my name Yashi D, so I wrote it with a Y.
I saw that was his name for his file here is Yoshi2, I believe.
Oh, that's so good.
I wasn't paying
What a
attention in the first seed if he named it Yoshi1 or Yoshi D, but
guy. Yeah, how about that? So his game was glitching out as well?
no, I think he was just saying that he has had glitches in the past in other races.
Oh,
So
okay.
he understood your position there. But
Yeah, so a weird thing happened where uh like Rebanak got higher up than he normally does. Like he was like floating higher. His
yeah.
horse was. It was super all weird stuff was happening, and then it just straight up crashed.
Yeah, we didn't notice that in the Rebanak fight, but we definitely saw
Yeah,
the crash.
yeah. Check the VOD, man. Like he was behaving kind of weirdly, and it just all went south. Stylish fight.
Yep, he's past Thunderbird. I don't believe it was too much of a walk to Dark Link, but I know there were a few rooms.
Man, I was so nervous, and I think I went back for I went and grabbed a jar, which was maybe unnecessary, and was so sure that like that was going to be what got me sniped.
Yeah. Yeah, you had
Yeah,
a
I was.
pretty big lead on him the whole time. Or just because, like he said in chat, it took him till about 1:14 to find the fairy spell. I think he placed his
Oh,
first gem around 1 hour, and that was the Palace 2 he did without the fairy spell.
hmm it wasn't. This one wasn't like super hard, but it took quite a while for it to start, and like I said, it never felt quite comfortable. It never felt uh, I had the stuff I needed, but it didn't really feel like go time.
Yeah.
And there was I think there wasn't like tons of experience at the beginning, and that sort of solved itself later. But it wasn't as bad. I'm so glad we didn't actually have to play that pile of crap seed that we started with, because like it had all of the worst palaces, a ton of boulder blocks, no freaking experience off of anything. It was so crummy.
And we
I
were
think that there's like two Death Mountain entrances that neither one of them were any good.
yeah, we were actually making fun of you both for making fun of that seed since you started with so many things at the start. You started with the glove, with the raft, and I believe thunder and fairy. Maybe it was reflect instead of thunder.
Yeah, but
But
it's still like everything else sucked. Like like it felt like even with that stuff, it was still gonna be hard.
so what was the deal with the East Continent in that seed? Because it looked like you both went over there for like just a second and then came back. Was it blocked by boots or something?
There was, uh, as I recall, there was. I don't really remember. There wasn't tons you could do,
Ah,
uh,
okay.
and it was probably just too dangerous. And yeah, it was like I was not happy with that one. And okay, so he's trying to fight honorably against uh,
Yeah,
Dark Link.
he took one death.
Admirable.
See if he gets him the next time.
I recall having one of the worst Karok fights possible. Like it was going on forever, and I was getting hit tons.
Yeah.
Eventually, I cast shield and life because it was going really bad.
Yeah, someone in chat commented that Kingdahl might have caught up during your Karok fight. I wasn't so sure, but it was close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not tons behind. Like he had like one quick palace thing to do, and then GP. Like it was.
Yeah. I believe pretty much just Palace 5 and Great Palace is what the difference was.
Yeah. I guess it's lucky for me. He got a little bit lost because if he really didn't get fairy until then he must have just been playing a lot better than me.
Yeah, well, he'd wasted a lot of time up to that point too, because like he'd also done a lot of grinding, a lot more than you did, and just in general got a couple game overs that cost him the experience he grinded for. 'Cause there was one point where you'd finish 2 or 3 palaces, and even though he'd done more grinding, you were about the same levels. Looks like he has finished and cut his stream. See if I can grab his official time.
Yeah, I know he hasn't been hopping into these Discord chats, but if he cut stream that quickly, maybe he is going to come in.
Yeah, we'll give him a minute. His time was a 1:50:54. So difference was about 21 minutes. It's not too bad considering how much Kingdahl got lost. So I'd say he probably got through the end palaces a lot faster than you did, for the difference to be that low. Because I wasn't really paying much attention to him there at the end, but it seemed like he got through those last 4 palaces pretty quickly.
Yeah, and people are mentioning that it was very nice of Kingdahl to re-race. I didn't. If you saw the SRL chat, like I didn't ask for a re-race, and like I started just playing the seed, and then as he got more and more chatty in the SRL chat, it became apparent that he was having trouble too. He said it glitched out, or maybe he was really talking about another race, but he was the one that suggested that we were redoing it.
Yeah, it sounded to me like he was just being a good sport, saying that last tournament it happened to him in a tournament match. But it could have been that he was having issues we didn't notice. Because, like I said, we didn't notice your Rebenak thing.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
Let's see. I kind of want to go look and see what was happening.
Well, maybe he's not. Maybe he's not coming in. That's too bad. But yeah, I know that he hasn't on any of these things actually done the Discord chat.
All right, he might be passing then.
I'm gonna send him a quick message.
I'm gonna look at the replay real fast and find that glitchy Rebenak.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I was crazy, but it looked like he was floating pretty high. And maybe also in the meantime, let's look up the race schedule and see what races we plug.
Yeah, Ness Martin was actually asking about that right before you popped in. See, looks like one tomorrow, Error versus Unos at 7 o'clock p.m.
Jesus. That's gonna be super awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, so I wonder what their records are. I mean, they are matching up people of like skill, so they could both have like 3.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work, but sometimes there's an odd number in your group, so you got to match against someone above or below you. Error is 2-1. Was Eunice the other? He's 2-1. Yeah, so they're both 2-1.
Okay, so one of them's going into is going to have to go into the Shark Tank, and the other's getting seeded.
Yeah.
So that's one that you really want to win because. I mean, it actually with their player skill, there's almost no chance that they're not gonna get one of the 5 or 6 top finishes.
Yeah.
So it is kind of safe for them, but you don't want to have to do that if you don't have to.
Yeah, you can just practice instead of having to actually fight for it.
Yeah. And then later in the week, we have On the 2nd, oh man, I don't know how to convert 2,100 hours to real time.
It's
But
9 p.m.
9 p.m. Jackamus and Rose City Saint.
Yep. And at 10:30, me and Cool in the gang.
Cool. So no one's picked up that restream yet, but that seems like a pretty easy double header because they're spaced an hour and a half apart, which should be enough for everyone to finish the first race.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all that Dig Shake and Larry are going to do the Buzz Thunder Link Sevens match, which would, I mean, that's going to be really, really great too. That's 2 players from the Seasonal Hardcore Invitational tournament run by Larry and Dig Shake. So that should be super fun. I mean, equal skilled players, I think. So I mean, that could really go either way. And Dig Shake versus Scorpion Max is going to be a real hot one. It's on the 3rd. What day of the week is the 3rd? I don't even know, man. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Yeah, so Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern time. And Angry Larry is going to take that one too. Angry Larry, let's all shout out Angry Larry because, man, that guy has been streaming tons of stuff. Adaginos as well has been streaming tons and tons of races. So those guys are really keeping us together.
Yeah, Adaginos is probably 50% of the restreams if you look at the schedule.
Yeah. So just really, those guys, helping the community out in a humongous way, doing the heavy lifting. And thanks for you for putting this together at the last minute. We were prepared to just race by ourselves, but I'm glad it got re-raced. And also all the people who hung out while we went through like the delay to get the stream ready, and then also the delay from having to restart. It was only about 20 minutes in at the most.
Yeah, it was something like that, about 20 minutes. I think 21 or 22.
But yeah, it's I really appreciate Kingdahl doing the nice thing and re-rolling that seed and letting us have another go at it.
Yeah.
I think that I would have finished it, but I was pretty bummed. It was like no one wants to have to start. I mean, you have knowledge, so it's not going to be quite as long, but man, it does suck restarting.
Okay, so yeah, Rebenak, and yeah, he's like half a tile off the ground.
Yeah, so things were going like totally like, what the hell is this all about?
It looked like his hitbox was even affected by that too. It wasn't just graphical.
Yeah, and so you can see like a little bit of how his Rebenak's got that like missing part of his sprite. That is something weird that the S video mod that I have on this NES does stuff like that. Like it does have some weird graphical stuff, but it doesn't make Rebenak start hovering like higher than he should.
Yeah.
But like things were pretty clearly going awry at this point. And then very shortly later, it just crashed on like a random encounter.
Yeah, I think it was a grave encounter.
Oh. Cool. Well, yeah, thanks, Countess. I really appreciate you doing this. I'm looking forward to watching the VOD, and good luck in the playoff race. Good luck to everyone who's going in there. It's going to be a bloodbath. There's like when you look at these matches of like the quality players that are getting sent into there, it's gonna be kind of gnarly.
Yeah, and I think only about a quarter of the people in the race are gonna get to go into the brackets, so you got to be in the top 25% or so, and that's gonna be pretty difficult. But I still got to win one more match before I worry about that.
Cool. Well, yeah. Good luck against Cool and the Gank, and we'll let everyone go home.
Yep.